Hi, hello. Good morning, students. Today we'll go to the another unit that is internal morphology of the silkworm, in which we will study all the physiological activities or metabolic activities of the silkworm, like all the systems like digestive system, respiratory system, nervous system, excretory system, and lastly the reproductive system. First, we'll go through the digestive system of the silkworm. Here, you could observe the digestive system of the silkworm. So, usually we are concerned with the silkworm larva, not the adult, that is moth. So, in what way the digestion will take place in the silkworm larva, that is more important rather than the digestion that takes place in the moth of the silkworm. Here, the caterpillar like silkworm is the larval stage of the silkworm, silk moth, and it is the very important stage of the life cycle of silkworm. In the silkworm larva, the digestive system is looking straight, as you could find in the picture at the right corner. It looks so straight, a tube-like structure from mouth to the anus, from mouth to anus, and it is mainly categorized consisting of three parts. One is foregut, which is in anterior region called as stomodium. So, sorry, stoma means you are familiar with this word. Stoma means an opening. So, F-O-R-E is four, which is present in the anterior region, that is called as foregut or stomodium. And the next one is midgut. It is the bigger portion, bigger part in the digestive system of the animal. This is called mesenteron. And the last one is hindgut. Hindgut, or otherwise called as proctodium. So, totally, the digestive system of the silkworm consists of three regions. One is foregut, second one is midgut, and the last one is hindgut. Fore means the anterior region one, mid means the mid region, and the hindgut is which is present in the posterior region. So foregut is a stomodium, midgut is mesenteron here, and the last is proctodium. You could observe in the slide also. So the oral aperture opens into the mouth, which is followed by a narrow pharynx and esophagus. Likewise, in other animals and in creatures, in insects, a small oral aperture will be present that leads to the mouth cavity, and that is followed by means of a narrow pharynx that leads to esophagus. So here, the esophagus also is very narrow at anterior end. See here, this is the esophagus which is very narrow in the anterior end and gradually widens. విశాలం అయిపోయింది towards the posterior end. ఇక్కడ చిన్నగా ఉంది, సన్నగా ఉంది, ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేసరికి చాలా పెద్దగా అయింది. So there is a cardiac or stomodial valve. Here you could find a cardiac valve. So that is also called as cardiac valve or stomodial valve at the end of the foregut. Foregut అయిపోగానే ఉంటుంది అన్నమాట. This is depicted with black color here, that retains the chewed, బాగా నమిలినటువంటి mulberry leaf bits in the esophagus for some time. So this valve protects not to enter into the mesoderm for a while, the bits of the leaf, isn't it? So it prevents the regurgitation. Regurgitation means it may not go backwards. Backward flow ఉండదు అన్నమాట of food from the midgut to foregut. If the food particles enters from the stomodium to the mesenteron, they may not get back because of this cardiac valve. So this is what the characteristic feature of this cardiac valve or stomodial valve. Here you see the cardiac valve or stomachial valve. That is the prominence of this valve. And the next is midgut. This is, of course, the larger part of your digestive system. It is long. See my cursor here. Uh, just a minute. This is the cursor. Just a minute. This is the cursor which I am showing here. This entire portion is considered as the midgut. It is, of course, very long. It looks like cylindrical tube, narrow, somewhat narrow at the posterior region. In this region, it is somewhat narrower in the posterior region. The digestion and assimilation of food mainly takes place in this the entire digestion process. Assimilation of food particles will take place in that midgut region. The digestive fluids are secreted principally from the goblet cells here. The goblet cells which are present in this they are helpful for the secretion of the fluids, and the midgut epithelium and the cylindrical cells. These will absorb the digested food materials in the midgut. Now, let we come to the fore and hindguts. This is the foregut and the hindgut. The last one is hindgut, have a chitinous lining. So this is a peculiar characteristics. The both ends, like posterior and the anterior ends, are lined with a chitinous layer, but the inner layer is peritrophic. The word itself is a meaning. Peritrophic means which covers the midgut region. In the midgut, generally protects the midgut epithelium from mechanical damage to the food particles. So due to the presence of this chitinous layer in the anterior and posterior, they are hard in nature, and the peritrophic membrane which is there in the midgut region will protect the body against the mechanical shocks, mechanical damages which will occur during the course of food particles digestion. The hindgut consists of the small intestine. So here we could find the small intestine. అందరు ఏమనుకుంటారంటే the small intestine is present in the midgut region, but not. Here you see the small intestine is present in the hindgut region, which guards and also regulates the passage of digested food from the midgut. Here the cardiac valve will stop the regurgitation, means it can stop the backflow, and here the small intestine also it guards and regulates the passage of the digested food from the midgut to the hindgut. Okay, the hindgut is a passage of the absorption of large portion of food moisture and elimination of digested food. Here you see, likewise in other animals also, the small intestine is mainly concerned with the absorption of the food material and also elimination of the undigested food material. Here the anterior posterior ante posterior region lone the anterior posterior direction of the rectum has, here the rectum, of course it is not visible in this slide, the rectum has 6 muscles for pressing the excrements. You know, the excreta will be formed in the small intestine, will be pressed out by means of the rectum, which is also associated with certain muscles. Those muscles are 6 in number. They presses the excrements to go out from the anal region. The fecal matter, the nitrogenous waste compounds, are pressed in the rectum. This is the rectum, and expelled from the anus as fecal pellets. Pellets and chinna chinna pellets laga bearing some hexagonal marks. The excreta will be coming out of this anal region. My dear friends, this is very simple. Don't forget the 3 regions of the digestive system, like foregut, hindgut, and midgut and hindgut. Foregut and hindgut are called as stomachium, proctodium. In between we have a trunk like elaborative structure that is called as mesenteron. This is enough for you for the digestion of the silkworm larva. Thank you all. Thank you very much.